Okay, now how are we going to find the pH at our equivalence point? Well, we need to think about what exists at our equivalence point. Okay, we have stoichiometric amounts of acid and base, so we have no extra acid or base. What we have is water and the salt, and this salt is completely aqueous, and it's going to ionize 100%, so that we have our potassium ions and our benzoate ions. Well, this right here, that's a conjugate base of our original acid, and it will act as such, okay, when it reacts with that water. So let's write an equation for that. If it's a conjugate base, then it could accept a proton, leaving hydroxide ions. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find the concentration of these hydroxide ions, which then we can find the POH, and from here we can find the pH. So to start with that, we actually need to know our concentration of the benzoate ion. Okay, so if I go back to that balanced equation, everything's in a 1:1 ratio, and even more so at the equivalence point. So if I look at what I did here, I see that originally we put in 0.00125 moles of acid. Find that from part 2. Well, if you look 1:1 mole ratio, that means we're going to form 0.00125 moles of the salt, and I'm going to divide that by my volume to get the concentration. Well, my volume is the 50 milliliters of acid plus, at this point, 25 milliliters of base, so 0.075 liters total, and that gives me a concentration of 0.0167. Okay, so that's my initial concentration of the acetate ion, but I'm going to lose some amount of that, right, and gain some of the benzoic acid and some of the hydroxide. Now, I know that the Ka for the benzoic acid is, let me move that back on the screen, 6.5 times 10 to the negative 5. Well, remember that Ka times Kb always equals Kw, so to get Kb, I'm going to divide Kw, 1 times 10 to the negative 14, by Ka, 6.5 times 10 to the negative 5, and I'm going to get 1.54 times 10 to the negative 10. So, just like in our other examples, we can assume that this minus x is negligible. So I'm going to say 1.54 times 10 to the negative 10 equals x times x, so x squared over 0.0167. So x is going to come out to be 1.6 times 10 to the negative 6. And that is my hydroxide concentration. So I can then take the negative log of that. And so my pOH is 5.80. pH plus pOH always equals 14. So I subtract 14 minus 5.8, and I get 8.20 as my answer here. All right, last part. Beyond the equivalence point, when we have 30 milliliters of KOH added. Okay, so there's no longer any acid, and compared to that strong base that's now in excess, the salt has a negligible effect. So we're going to base all our pH calculations on the excess potassium hydroxide. So we have 30 milliliters added, but 25 was our excess, so we have 5 milliliters of excess KOH. If I multiply that by my molarity of the potassium hydroxide, I get 0.00025 moles of KOH. So to find my concentration of the hydroxide ion, so that I can find pOH and then pH, I'm going to have my 0.00025 moles divided by my total volume, which here is now the 50 plus the 30. So 0.05 plus 0.03. And this gives me a hydroxide concentration of 0.003125, which means if I take the negative log of that, I get my pOH of 2.51. Subtract that from 14, and a pH of 11.49. And there you have it.